So you guys may be asking yourselves, why did I take down the videos about Manny, about, a weight being lifted, about all that? I'm going to try to explain this to the best of my ability, and I'm going to explain, hopefully without stuttering or pausing to think what I'm going to say, because I have a really bad habit or issue, whatever you want to call it, with that. I don't know exactly how I'm going to be able to explain this, but we're going to try it with the best of my ability. Okay, so basically, what happened, I am not going to go into any details, but the whole thing is, me and my love talked the other day, and she basically explained to me that, this whole thing with Manny got people pretty pissed off. And I'm not gonna lie, it did. It really did. And the whole thing of it is, I don't associate myself with him anymore. You guys may remember in July I used to. But really, I mean, the thing of it is that I fucked up pretty badly. And the reason I say this is because I hate to be the one to put this public, but considering how she stabbed me in the back, I think it's time to say that Millie was the one who convinced me to be friends with him again. So here's how it started on that day. On that day, and you guys could say, oh, well, you shouldn't have done that, you shouldn't have listened to her, yada yada. I see what you guys are saying, but let me explain here. Basically, I was just hanging out on Mad Gamer's server I think this was last July. Correct me if anybody who knows when the video was made, correct me if I'm wrong. Was it somewhere around July 1st or July 2nd? Whoever is familiar with the situation, I don't care who you are at this point, just comment and, say, well, it was July 2nd or it was July 1st. Just let me know when you think this all happened. Anyway, so I was hanging out with Mad Gamer's server. Actually, no, I think it was on my server I was on. And, excuse me, I guess what happened was Millie and Kevin Roberts and a couple others said they had, even Matthew did. And I'm putting this out in the open. Because I want everybody to understand where this even originated. So, Matthew, Marley, Millie, Kevin, everybody, They all were apparently planning something for me. And a little while later on, I get a text from somebody saying to come up on Mad Gamer's server. I can't remember who exactly it was that texted me, but I get a text from somebody saying to come up on Mad Gamer's server. I go up there, and I see Manny up there. And at first, I just left, and I was like, dude, like, I don't know if I should do this, because, maybe I should have listened to my instincts and stayed away. But when I went back up on my server, Millie talked about, when she found me, she talked about, oh, well, I hate seeing you like this, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And in other words, she convinced me to do this. Now, again, you could make the argument, oh, well, you shouldn't have listened to her, she's, da-da-da-da-da. And, of course, now that I think about it, I feel like she was taking advantage of how I felt and using that, because, let's be real. As my love told me, it's facts over feelings, and I guess how do I explain this without sounding like a freaking... I guess just my brain took over, and, at first I had the instinct to, back away, but, she convinced me to, dude, I'm sick of seeing you so upset, blah, blah. And, I didn't know about, the facts over feelings thing until, my love talked to me about it. And, I think what happened here is, that's how that all happened, but, truly, I should have just ran off. I should have just not, went up there, and I shouldn't have let my feelings take over, and I should have just done the fact over feelings thing. But then again, I'm too dumb to know what's good for me. But anyway, that's no excuse. The reason I deleted the videos to begin with is because I don't, I'm gonna be real. I don't want anything to do with the situation anymore. Yes, I fucked up back in July of last year. And it was pretty bad. Let's be real, it was pretty bad. And it made me look bad. But I deleted the videos, and I know people are gonna go, oh, well, whatever goes on the internet stays there forever, but look at the logical side of things. I would just like to remove the videos, and I know people won't forget it, but the truth is, I want to put the whole situation behind me. Another leading factor into this too And I'm getting a little quiet because I don't want my family to overhear this. But another factor of everything is that my family kept asking about Manny. This, that, and the other. Gianni texted I'm not gonna go into that. I've said I will only tell certain people that, and I'm not gonna tell the entire public that. But my mom, my dad, everybody kept asking, and I just have to, I guess, continue to make up that, we're friends, and because I don't want them to have to sit there and start yelling at me because I, quote, believe the bullshit, end quote. I don't know what exactly to do. I can't tell them anything else directly related to online shit. I don't want them knowing anything else about the online shit because they're gonna tell me to, they're gonna tell me, oh well, it's this, it's that. And here's what nobody really understands. The other part of the reason why I made the "A Weight Has Been Lifted" video is basically it was for my family, because they would continue to ask about Manny nonstop. They did it from January of last year to July of last year. And they still think that Manny's a good guy. However, I know the truth, and I've tried telling them the truth. The shitty part is, they won't listen. They will still believe until the day they die that he's a good guy. With that being said, I've deleted the videos and I want to put this whole thing behind me. And if they continue to ask about him, I'm just gonna say, yeah, we're still friends, even though, truthfully, I don't associate with him anymore. And quite frankly, because of all the drama that stirred, and because of all the facts here, I don't think I want, no offense, to associate with him. What I would like, though, is just help, believing the facts. Should I continue to, okay, let me ask you guys this, those who are still close and those who know about the situation. Should I continue to tell my family, yeah, we're still friends, but no, but just already keep the truth that, oh no, we're not? Or should I just tell them straight up and just take the yelling that they give to me? Because my dad saw all the fucking videos about Manny, and he came, and one day he came into my room and asked me, why the fuck you cyberbullying Manny? And I tried to explain it, and he didn't listen. He said to me that unless he was convicted, that, unless he was convicted, he would not believe that Manny is what everybody says he is. Now, what does this mean? This means I am no longer excuse me. This means I am no longer going to I'm no longer going to be around any Elton groups, and I'm going to leave a lot of them. This also means that I am no longer going to be interacting in the Elton English Community Conference or the forum. Because, let's be real, I've taken a big fat risk listening to my feelings. And now that my love is helping, say that, look, it's fact over feelings. Facts over feelings, I mean. So that's why the videos are gone, and if you want to re-upload them, you do you, I guess. But I'd appreciate if those videos can just be left in the past. And I just want to move on. I want to move on with my life, and from this point on, from this point on, I'm just not gonna deal with it anymore. I'm gonna put this whole thing with Manny behind me. And at this point, there's not really much I can do. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. I just wanted to explain kind of the whole origin behind me reconnecting with the dude. That, I know really there's no excuse, but the fact of the matter is that I was convinced, because at first I had the instinct to just be like, no, I can't. And then I was convinced. And what's crazy is Millie then said to Alex and the rest of them that I made her do it. That I made her be friends with, when truly it was not me. And I made that really clear. And something funny? I hate to put this out in the open now because it makes me look like a piece of crap for not saying anything publicly. But I secretly, when me and Alex were friends, and since I have Alex blocked and since I have him, I've unsubscribed, he could even testify this in his comment, in his community wall if he shares this. He can testify that, yes, I did WhatsApp message him. And I told him that, because I straight up, I confronted Millie. I did say, what the hell is this with you? Because what's crazy? is Manny told me when I told him about the whole Millie thing that, oh, well, Millie still messages me. And I straight up confronted her too and asked her, like, what is this about you, like, what is this about you, like, what's the whole thing? What is this about you fucking, what was I gonna say? Come on, complete your sentence. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, why the hell, like, I told her, why the hell did you tell me, or tell everybody that I forced you when you're still talking to him? And she said, oh, please don't tell nobody, please don't do this, that, and the other. And I straight up, after I heard that, because I think this was on a stream of Francis's, and Frankie, you can comment and tell me about this, but I did message Alex Chapman, and I told him on stream, dude, look at your messages. And I straight up lied and said, no, I didn't say nothing. Because the truth is, I didn't want her thinking that I wasn't trustworthy. But see, that was back then. Excuse me. That's what I think about that situation. But now that it's out in the open, and now that I basically said everything and I put it out there, I want you to know that I'm not making up excuses. I am telling it how it is. Yes, I shouldn't have done it. Yes, I should have walked away when I had the chance. Did I do that? No. Did I make a big mistake doing that? Not, like, did I make a big mistake not walking away? Absolutely. Anyway. This is gonna be it from me. And, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope I could just put this situation to rest. Because, quite frankly, I'm done with it. It was 8 months ago. I don't want it to be brought up anymore. I'm done with it. And it's all out in the open now why the situation happened. Partly it was my fault, and partly it was Millie and everybody convincing me to do so. Partly it was my fault because I didn't walk away when I should have. Part of it was them, basically taking advantage of my feelings and, you get the idea. Anyway, I'm out of here. I said I was out of here, so I'm gone. This has been a production made by Matt the Awesome Guy, moi, and I really hope you guys understand where I went in this video, and I because a lot of these it just takes some background music and stuff, and the reason I do it is just because, a lot of people make a lot of people do background music when they, make talk videos like this. And look, like I said in the earlier part of the video, there was no excuse. I should have walked away. I didn't, and now here the fuck we are. Everybody thinks that I'm a predator defender, that I'm this, that I'm that. But you know what? You guys want to fucking think that I'm that. Here's the video of me explaining where this fucking went. And if you guys still think that, oh, he's defending, that's fine. I don't really care what y'all think in the end. You still think that I'm a piece of shit at the end of the day. That's just you. Shut up. That's just you. If I'm a piece of shit in your eyes, I'm a piece of shit in your eyes. I don't really fucking care. Anyway.
4:42 p.m. Status bar item.
Anyway. I'm done here. I'm putting the fucking situation to rest right here and now. Because I want to move on with my life. It's 2026. And, I need to start making more positive shit. Because, yeah. Any fucking way. I'm done. Later, guys. Ugh, shit.